Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Muhammad Afif bin Muhammad SHATARI. B 0717171066. I went to present my PSM, develop of blind spot alert system for truck driver. Next slide. Presentation outline. Introduction first. Introduction. Second, literature review. Next, methodology, result and discussion, and the last is conclusion. Next slide. Introduction. For develop of blind spot alert system for truck driver. This figure to show the blind spot area for blue car. Area around the vehicle that cannot be directly observed by the driver will at the driver. Area 1 driver directly observe, and area 2 that driver blue car cannot be directly observed by the driver. And next slide. Problem statement. First, driver truck in an unsafe other vehicle in blind spot. Third, large blind spot area for truck compared to other vehicle. And the last, to prevent increase the road accident with truck. Objective project: to design simulation blind spot alert system for truck. And the last two, examination the possibility, current and voltage for use to project. And the last scope: study of the electrical system, electronic component and control system. Design the system configuration through the PDS method. Develop electronic circuit control by Arduino software. And the last, develop a prototype model for system. Next slide is the literature review. Figure 1 to show the study of accident for 2014 and 2015 to the fatal accident involved truck by the conciliation type in incident for 2014 and 15. Number 2 is the real conciliation. Number 3 is a right angle side. And number 4, angular conclusion. And then number 5 is a side swipe. Is the accident to caused by the blind spot. And figure 2 to show the accident are caused by blind spot to the truck and the one car. And the last figure to show the area blind spot truck to the red. The picture in the red zone is the blind spot for truck. Next slide. Arduino is an open source platform. Additional to working on the receiving and transmitting electronic program, it is imperative during the time spent rating electronic developer. And the last, sending program data to Arduino microcontroller chip from a computer. And the next slide to show the mainboard Arduino, and the right side to show the program of Arduino. Blind spot alert system. Blind spot alert system will help user alert system side or behind the vehicle so that user cannot find other vehicle when changing line. Next slide. Methodology. Mechanism of blind spot alert system. Blind spot alert system will help user watch behind the vehicle so that user cannot find other vehicle when changing line. Second, this technology uses ultrasonic sensor position up the side of the vehicle to detect other vehicle in the blind spot area. When the vehicle active one signal light will a blind spot system is triggered. User get a audible beep or tone to let the driver. Arduino software application. Arduino is an open source gadget stage depend on simple to utilize equipment, the programming. Second, create and upload coding into the Arduino board after all components are complete to be installed. After that, the system was installed in the model RC car. This slide shows the component project. First, main component Arduino, main Arduino board, uh, main board Arduino, and ultrasonic sensor, buzzer, LED, switch, wire connector, and the last battery. Next slide. This slide shows the flowchart PSM. From start to the start, collect information idea, literature review, design program Arduino, design electric and electronic by PS1 and they continue to prototype model, develop model, fabrication, test and report to continue by PSM2. Result and discussion. Figure 1 to show the main component is complete assembled into the one system. And second figure to show the pair ultrasonic sensor is mount 45-degree angle. Adjust distance ultrasonic sensor Arduino 40 mm, 80 mm and 102 to 120 mm. And the last figure show the Arduino system apply to the RC car with simulation blind spot. Next slide. Next slide to show the fabrication process flow chart. First install and solder the Arduino board, buzzer and resistor on the board. Next, LED lead solder on wire. Connect the LED with wire to main board. Continue to connect the ultrasonic sensor with wire to main board. The create and upload coding into Arduino board. Connect Arduino board to the battery and the last install Arduino system to model RC car. And the slide to show the voltage vs time to the graph. The test was conducted on the system for 50 seconds. The system maximum voltage is 5 volt. The voltage value is settable also in the range of 4 volt to 4.89 volt during the first 5 seconds. Voltage value has increased from 3.87 volt to 4.97 volt for 4 to 6 seconds, 8 to 10 seconds, and the last 12 to 14 seconds when the system is running. And the last for this slide, the voltage value back to normal after system are running. Next slide, current. This slide to show the current vs time. This is a graph, and the test was conducted on the system for 10 seconds. The operating system current value is 1.9 ampere. The system function well because its higher current value is not more significant than the battery's standard current value. The lower average value is less than the current value of the power supply. And the last, the current value also in blind spot constant before, during and after function. Next slide is the discussion. The current and voltage value for the resistor of 40 mm and 50 mm and the 120 mm seem to be the same. It would attribute to the both the electronic component if the voltage and the current maintain the same when in perform but has the power supply. In the conclusion, this system is capable to the operating transport truck with a normal distance. The system can also attract the driver with the generate sound that can be buzzer and LED blind light. Plot data voltage and current is safe to suitable to use on actual truck. Next slide and thank you for me to presentation. Thank you. These are the model simulation alert system. This is the sensor, electronic sensor. This Arduino and the buzzer and the LED power supply. In case the ada scar in blind spot area, this situation to show the ada scar inside the blind spot area for 840 mm. This is 80 mm and the last for 120 mm. Continue to the right side. Right side is 40 mm, 80 mm, and the last is the 120 mm. It the last to the distance 100 to 120 mm.